Hey, this is Nicholas Webb, and I'm falling out of frame. Okay, that happens. It's bound to happen. Happens every once in a while. Well, I guess this is a vlog or whatever. I don't know. Just interesting. I was just watching Alpha Omega Sin's video about the Xbox One, and I'm kind of like, yeah, guys, Xbox is trying to screw you. Big shock. I mean, PCs that have been able to be stable for decades, making good programming, and everyone's so surprised that Microsoft made a game system that didn't really work, or wasn't going to work. It was going to try to take away so much of people's, freedom. Well, they've been doing that for years. The computer repair industry has been living off of the bad programming that Microsoft does. It's just what they've been doing. PCs, every other OS from Microsoft is a giant failure. The other one is pretty stable and keeps people hooked. And that's where the problem comes by. I mean, I haven't really seen that much review about Windows 8, but Windows 7, a huge amount of this is the greatest thing ever. Whatever. And they've been doing this for years. And that red ring of death on the Xbox 360. Oh, come on, that can't have been something they didn't expect. No, that was something they knew about. The fact that it was having every machine. These people know their programming. They know their components. They chose the component that would wear out fairly quickly with standard use. Not extreme use. And they got a black eye because of that. Because us gamers, we know game systems should be the long haul. I have a Super NES and a NES that still works. It's just how it is. I have my PS2 still works. I probably need to oil the gears in the tray, but I haven't been playing it much. So, what exactly were they hoping to do when they took when they were setting up the thing? They wanted to find a new way to take your money. It's the sad truth. They really just don't, rather than trying to make a new product that you want, that's what Apple was trying to do for so many years, and they came up with so many different schemes, and then got rid of Steve Jobs, brought him back, and he revitalized the company by kind of getting rid of some of the stuff they were doing that was a little messed up, but it worked out. I mean, Apple's a different entity. I mean, heck, they were wanting to do gaming system before Microsoft did. I'm wondering if the Xbox is really just a response to the Pippin concept, which would have been kind of cool if they would have made it, but yeah, whatever. So, and Apple might put out something. Microsoft, with the Xbox One, is just trying to do what they're doing, and they're going about it in this weird way. Microsoft wants to have your money. Every company really does in a lot of ways, but how they go about getting it is kind of shady. They're trying to make it where you have to use them. Now, for a game system, yeah, that makes sense. They made it for phone stuff. You can any new product that you control it from the beginning. Yeah, people are okay with that. But computers have been around and they need to be versatile. If they're not, then you got BS. And I think that what's going on is Microsoft is not a company you really need to trust. You can't trust them to make a product that's going to work. I mean, the Xbox One's probably going to have some kind of red ring of death. They may try to accuse people of doing something wrong with their system when they may have just stuck in a DVD or something disc, a blank DVR disc, and it somehow says, oh, you're trying to install or use bootleg material. They could have something ridiculous as that. Well, and I wouldn't put it past them. And people are so, you're all like, oh my god, how can they do this? It's like, well, they've been doing it for years to the general public with their Windows. So I'm not surprised. And them calling back is, well, they almost sunk themselves. I don't trust them to do anything, and I wouldn't trust their system to be in my house. The place, the Connect stuff, cool as it is it has facial recognition, it has the ability to go online. It's a webcam, and it's something that people could use to, they could remotely access it and go, hey, alright, and, find a gamer girl and see if, and hope she does something dirty. I don't know. They have this capability. Now, of course, any laptop in the world kind of has the same capability, so can't really say too much new on that. But I digress. People who, jumped on the Microsoft bandwagon with the Xbox, they're like, oh, this is so cool. It's like, no, it's not. Microsoft is, they did some good things. They put some really good things, but they're having to learn how to not be super greedy, because the tricks that worked on the general computer people doesn't work on the gamers. The gamers are way too excitable about things. You kind of pull BS, gamers call you on it. That's just the way it is, because Nintendo, Sega, even Atari, these companies Sony, have went in and said, and put a standard on these systems. And the standard is, they'll work as long as you don't abuse them. As long as you take care of them with relatively common practices, like blowing them out from dust and stuff like that. They shouldn't, stop working because just some component is bad. And if it is, we don't pay for it. I don't know really why Microsoft got away with what they did on the PCs for so long, but they did, and it was a mess that the people have been dealing with, and they have done some pretty crappy shit. Excuse my language. But why is everyone so surprised that Microsoft did this? Why, it seems stupid, but it's not anything new from what they've been doing. And I'm not, gonna cry over them not being able to get their, the system. People are gonna be wary, rightfully so. And I don't know. I've been a Mac person all my life, and the reason why is that I grew up on the machines, one, and two, every time I got a PC, I swear the thing was buggy as all get out. Maybe it's just because, there were other people getting on the machine. Because as I've grown older and used machines regularly that other people got on, I saw how the wrong person getting on can make it buggy as all get out. Someone who thinks they know more than they do. I know a guy who could make it, he would complain, why is this thing running slow? And he had like 100 and some odd different high-def videos file open and previewed and stuff. It's like, could that be it? And, different things like that just kind of drove me crazy. And, he would like have about 20 different things open, and he would complain his computer's slow, but he's using, techniques that slow it down. There's certain things you can't do when you're doing graphic arts, like if you don't rasterize a Gaussian blur after you make it, it slows your machine down. Every time you move it barely or something, or move it and then move it back, I don't get it, but this is an Illustrator, and you use the Gaussian blur in Illustrator, it resets itself. And, well, that's bull. And I seem to have, my screen went completely blank, but I try to cut down on reflection. I inverted my screen, and so I'm guessing my face just went whoop, white. And I'm pretty white already, so you probably just couldn't see me. I just looked like a white silhouette. But I digress. I think what it is that, machines need to be, built in a way that and yes, there's going to be some problems, but, Microsoft hasn't really been a trustworthy company. And I kind of looked at everyone who was, like, so shocked about this going, yeah, duh, that's what they do. And if you're so surprised by it, well, you're not really paying attention to what they've been doing. Like, it's just not a surprise to me. And if people keep, they got a lot of money, and I think anyone who buys an Xbox One is only asking for it, is what's going to happen. They're asking for Microsoft to betray them again. And they will try to. Just because they're trying to make a quick buck. I mean, a lot of this is short-term money making, and I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to money, don't ever seem to think about the one concept. Is what you're doing to get the money worth you getting the money? I mean, is it worth it to someone else to pay you to do this, or are you kind of just a dead weight, and they're paying you because they have to, but are you really worth it? And that's something a lot of people don't really think about when they have their jobs and whatnot. They don't really, they're like, I'm entitled to it, it's my job, and da-da-da. And the real question is, are you worth them having on? And I've tried to make myself worth it. Just because, as soon as you become complacent, you start doing things that, you just saw someone else and you say, screw you, you jerk, you shouldn't do this. And that's what's going on with Microsoft. They're putting a lot of work into just stealing your money. And I guess that brings up to kind of the situation I'm dealing with. I'm basically homeless right now. I'm in the house I grew up in. We have to leave because a company has set itself together to just take our house. Why? I don't know. I mean, our loan for the house before I was born, kind of thing, was supposed to be $20,000. They're somehow through, we asked to stay with the bank. And, they weren't supposed to sell our loan. Well, they went bankrupt. So the government started putting us in a series of different loan servicers. And again, this is where I'm getting back to, is where a problem with a lot of our world is a lot of people who are trying to get money when they're not really earning it. And they're finding ways to do it is the problem. And, that's what Microsoft's doing. That's what so many different companies are doing, is they're trying to get your money without really earning it. And like these loan servicers, and everyone be wary of loan servicers. You watch them like a hawk. You get a lawyer ready. You try to find out if a lawyer's going. If things start getting screwy, you don't wait. You don't wait for them to, if they do the first thing they do wrong, you get a lawyer, and you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble. And maybe you're home. Maybe. You have a fight on your hand a lot of times. And I'm not saying all loan services are bad, but there's enough of them that you have to watch out for. And it gets back to is that these companies, the ones that we're dealing with, have the issue of they're trying to get money from us they didn't earn. They're actually not doing their job properly in order to get the money. They're not servicing our loan correctly. If they would have, we would have paid. When they got if they got our loan and paid it, we would have paid their full price. But the thing is, when we started getting below, gotten too low where it wasn't, good enough for them to hold on to the loan, they just found ways to tack on things. They did things that would create the problem, manufacture a default. And, any company that manufactures defaults should not be paid by the government, because that's the thing, the government is paying them, guaranteeing the loan, and, oh, well, these people owe us this much money. Well, they tacked on those charges whenever they could. And, even if it's their mistake and they've even admitted it, we're the ones paying. And that's what I'm seeing in this world, and that's what's wrong with everything, is that people are trying to, get free money, trying to do things without earning it. And if everyone was just trying to earn what they're getting, I think things would be so much better in our world. I know plenty of people who, they just want everything given to them, and, well, I think most people do, but so many people are so not willing to work for it. And, my boss is, he's worth, I think, a few million, and he has this concept that you got to be worth what you're being given. And I respect that. That's a huge thing. And that's something that, makes me strive to try to do what I can, do the best I can. And sometimes I feel like my hands are tied. But, I'm still trying. And if I fail, I feel bad about it. And when I get stuck, I get up and sweep. A graphic artist that, is not afraid to sweep. Isn't that something? But, that's, even when I feel like I'm getting a setback, it's something that I feel I have to earn what I'm getting paid. And my idea to try to get more money is to try to be worth more. And maybe I will be soon. And, these people respect me, and they showed me great respect, and I'm extremely thankful that I know them. And I'm thankful for Will Terrell, who, introduced me and got me that job. And that's what I'm thankful, and they've been extremely supportive of my situation, but, short of trying to, pay off their debt, which that would be wrong. It would be wrong for that to happen, because debt shouldn't be there and all this stuff. I just hope that, one day, I'll prove myself to be worth what, has been given to me. And I know I've made a lot of mistakes, and, I've been thinking about how, I'm almost comically single. Comically badly single. And I'm saying comically because it's gotten to a point it's just a joke. It's like, come on. And there are people out there who actually tried to give me some really, tried to be part of my life, and I actually started to resent them for trying, and, that's wrong. And maybe it's just the fact that, for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, all my life, I've been, we've been in this messed up situation on a loan that shouldn't have been as big as it is, because it turned into $30,000, and it took Dad 8 years to build the house when he should have not owed anything really. He should have been like a $20,000 loan, and that he was paying off as he went along, and then it's just kind of it was just a joke. It was a messed up thing. We should have had a lawyer when we did, but when he finally finished the house and refinanced, he couldn't do anything because it took him longer than 7 years. So the statute ran out or something. Stupid stuff like that. Stupid things that, we didn't do anything really wrong. When we noticed there was a problem, we reacted. And so, I've never had a, completely solid, life. Things haven't been easy for me, and I'm hoping one of these days I'm going to just, get past my own shortcomings and be able to do what people need me to be, or do, or whatever. Because, it's kind of heart-wrenching when you realize that there are people around you who want to help you, who want to be around you, and their feelings, you ignore their point of view, and it's all because it's not what you wanted or you're too afraid to. And I can think of someone recently that I hadn't really treated right. And because of that, I feel bad. I don't really feel like I should go talk to her right now. I feel like I pushed this person away who all she ever really did was try to get part of my life. And she was a little pushy, but at the same time, I feel kind of bad that I didn't respond to her properly. I didn't, try to, I don't know, maybe I should have tried something. Tried to give her a chance, because I keep thinking, but it's probably too late. Because, you say the wrong thing to people and they assume you're an idiot. Which, I don't know if she'd be wrong. And I'm not usually wanting to, put out my feelings out like this, because one thing, it can backfire, and I know this way too well. But I'm being rather vague where it needs to be vague, and people who know me will know what I'm talking about. And maybe I'm also just trying to show my friend how he needs to do a vlog. That's what he does a lot, and it. Well, I mean, you can show your pain, but not. You don't want to make people be afraid of you because that's all you see. You think you're coming up with your manifesto. It's like, what? No, I'm not doing anything. Which brings me to a very funny moment, which I'll share this story because, it's just funny. At work, one of the things I do is I will take on challenges that are giant pain in the butt. At work, and my bosses, they have me do whatever I can do. At some point, they've asked me to do it, and I did it. I understanding computers. I hate PCs, and my hatred for them. I hate Microsoft stuff. My hatred for them solidified when I was trying to troubleshoot them, because things that should be easy aren't. Like Microsoft Excel somehow got it to a point where if you close a window wrong, when you open up the file, it comes up a gray screen. And that's counterintuitive. I was like, why would you want to ever be able to open a file and not see the content? Well, what is the point of that? But, after, dealing with different things in a POS system that I swear I want to just drop kick, one day I just come bursting out of the place that had the POS system after I'd gotten it going and after I'd, made sure it was running. I burst out there and I said, and I'm walking down the street and I'm just going, and if the thing does go down, I want to stuff it full of dynamite and blow it up. And as soon as I say that, there's a person standing right there, and he's just looking at me wide-eyed. He's like, holy crap. And I'm like, I'm talking about a malfunctioning computer. That's what I'm talking about. It's been driving me crazy. And he kind of nodded, and I'm just like, oh God. I just scared the snot out of this poor random stranger just because I was having a bit of a day. But, I'm calling, I'm just talking about a computer that's malfunctioning computer. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing else. It's like, oh my God, I just freaked this guy out and probably on some terror list now. I'm like, oh jeez, not again. And I say again, and there's another messed up story. So, I guess I'm kind of been just looking at what my life is, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. And my dad recently fought cancer like hell. I mean, it came at him. They had to use stem cell replacement therapy. He basically had to go through the ultimate chemo. I mean, they had to. They basically wiped him out, and he's still dealing with that. And that was a few months ago, and he's doing better than most people ever could. I mean, he wouldn't stay down, and I guess you say he's someone that really showed me what it means to survive and have faith. And he's an incredibly strong man, and I'm proud to have him as my father. And I said it out loud, and it's out there. But he went through some of the worst stuff ever, and he was facing his own mortality in a way that people couldn't comprehend. They almost don't even think he was hurt by it. I know better. I've seen how he was hurt by it, but people couldn't see it because he didn't let it control him. He didn't let it mess him up. So I just seen so much hardship in my life, and I'm kind of like, my life becomes, from this point on, completely boring. I still have I could still write a book that would tell quite a bit of story. My life becomes completely boring and mundane. I wouldn't mind that, at least not for a while. I mean, for a while it'd be nice, not have too many things happening. But that's never gonna happen. And I guess I'm kind of glad. I just wish it wasn't always so tragic. And it's a whole messed up situation, that things that are pretty much out of my control, and I'm having a hell of a time trying to figure out how to get him back into my control. And it's not easy. And my practically comical failing at dating it really weighs heavy on me, because I care a lot about a lot of people, and one person in particular who I'm sure knows who she is if she sees this. I would do anything, and the thing is that I gave people chances. I got to know a lot of people because I knew they were important to her, and that was good enough for me. And I also realized I kind of wronged her in so many ways. And there were ways that I don't think anyone per se could, hate me for per se, really, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I hate myself for that. I mean, I realized I hurt her in ways that I scared her, I guess. I don't know. But I don't like that, she, I can't see her anymore, and I only have really myself to blame on that. Because it was my poor choices. My inability to control my impulses, my ability to, actually not let myself get in the way of being her friend. And, she did something for me that I'll never forget. She took away my world, essentially, for a few seconds. And it was probably one of the happiest times I've ever been in my life. And ever since that happened, I wanted that feeling back. And that want has caused me to make poor choices with her. So I really don't know how she really did it. I don't know why she was able to do that. And I've made choices now that I guess I'm going to have to live with, but I want to be able to make them up somehow. Do something to try and fix my mistake. But I don't know if I'll ever find that. And I can only say I'm thankful that I know her and that she showed me that I don't always have to hurt. I don't always have to have so much pain in my life. You know, even if it was just for a few seconds. And I know she wasn't trying to do that. She was being her silly self, and it was rather wonderful. But you know, I can't blame her for anything she's done. I made bad choices. I reacted badly. I reacted in ways that, you know, pushed her away. You know, I wasn't intending to. I just was too eager and, yeah, pathetic. I mean, that's how I feel. And I just decided I'm doing this video just because I'm going to say, and I'm purposely leaving out a lot of names, and I will talk. You know, there is a friend that he does a lot of videos, and I care for that guy a lot. He's a good guy, and he may have tried to help me with the girl, and I mean, he did try, but it may have done more damage. But I don't blame him for that. It's kind of like, well, I didn't do anything either, so, you know, he said something he could tell I was wanting to, and I guess you could say I'm still wondering if I missed the dance. I'm being cryptic on purpose. If I say too much, people might know too much. And people who know me will know what I'm talking about. People who don't will at least feel my emotion and kind of get it. But, you know, the person I care about, the person that I'm crazy about, emphasis on the word crazy, sadly, someone that doesn't like being the center of attention, and I kind of ignored that. And, I mean, after, you know, that one moment that she took it all away for a few seconds, I could never miss her again. She was around, I knew she was. And it's true, it's like, she can't be anywhere too close to me without me knowing that she's there, I think. I don't know, maybe she's being all ninja and she's actually sneaking around. She's actually always around me, I just don't know it. Maybe. Doubtful. But maybe. Would be interesting. But I probably would have hurt her and stuff. But, you know, she doesn't like being center of attention, and I guess I didn't respect that. And I had trouble trying to not focus on her. But I guess that's what happens when you're a complete idiot about a girl. I say girl, she's an adult. I mean, and she's one of the kindest, most loving people I know. And another reason I like her. But, you know, that's the kind of thing is I know she has a heart. And that she really cares about people, and she'll stand up and try to help them when they need it and when she thinks she can help. And she'll do things to help her friends and that I might not have ever thought about beforehand, before knowing her. And I use a lot of her examples to know how to be a better person to people. Because she knows how to be the best person to any person she can. And and I hope that she has plenty of people that will try to at least be the best person to her. I really think I completely blew any kind of chance, and she gave me a lot, and I tried to take more than she was willing to give, I guess. And I made a lot of mistakes here. And I've really been kind of just living day to day, hoping to find some way to get back to get back to happiness as we never knew. And maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll figure it out. Hopefully I'll figure it out. I mean, it kind of sucks if I don't. And I miss a lot of people. I miss the guy who, quite honestly, was a giant pain in the ass. Sometimes he always thought he was the best person around, but he was my friend. We had so many classes. We had classes together, and those were the best times. I remember when we had food science together, and how we were like the best of friends there. That was some of my happiest time in my life in school. That was like the best. Was those days where I could sit down when he go into class and show up some of these goofy girls who are trying to do, make their own thing, and when it was just him and I on a team, and we just went at it. We just we cooked, we did things, we were precise, we were strong, we knew what we were doing, we could work together, we made things happen. We blew the teacher's mind. And it wasn't, it was cooking, but it wasn't that we had a special talent for cooking. No, we don't. Not at all. It was, we could work together and make things really happen. And we both had minds that really allowed us to push it and do it as perfect as possible and make it amazing. And those are the things I really hold on to about him. Not the things that made him walk away from us and his family and everyone. I hold on to the times when we sat down and we would, try to come up with how to make things better. He had a million ideas, but he never really, I don't know, he had this awesome work ethic, this awesome ability, and this desire to put out some of the best stuff in the world, some of the most, to do things perfectly. He had trouble being imaginative about things, but he knew what he knew, and he didn't know what he didn't know, sadly, but he thought he did. But I remember the times when we would hang out and we would work hard. I remember those nights that he and I would just stand and talk and into the wee hours. And he was an amazing guy in all reality. And he had a lot of darkness in him, and in a lot of ways, he turned out to act very selfishly towards a lot of people. And he tried to take more than he gave a lot of times. But, that was him fighting his own demons, and that was things that, I wish I could have helped him. Before I left, I came across a job that was perfect for him. He would have been making more money than he was working 2 jobs, and he didn't go. He didn't stay. He was actually mad because I almost had him stay. But that was the only way I could. That was the only way I could think to stop him. And sometimes I wish I could have worked harder at it. I wish I would have told him, dude, there's another way. Don't abandon us. Don't go. You know, we're your friends. We've been there for you. All this stuff. You know, you say some weird ass crap. You do all this stuff, but come on. I think part of the reason he wanted to leave was I don't think he ever really forgave me for going to college. I know that sounds really sad, but I mean, I went to AI Dallas for a year, and he didn't take it well. And I think it's because he started realizing what effect I really had. And the effect I had on people around me, he even remembered. And he didn't take my calls. I couldn't get a hold of him. He did call me back when I called him when I was out of town. And I think it's because he was mad that I left. And I left him and Robert and just kind of, but I didn't leave them altogether. I still tried to be part of their lives, and I don't think he ever really forgave me for leaving, because I think he felt abandoned. That, you know, I was doing something he wanted to do but felt he couldn't or something, but I really think he felt that I abandoned him. And I wonder if I actually did. I don't know. I mean, he was older than me, like 2 or 3 years, and he was someone that I could work with. And I mean, today, if he was around, I'd probably be asking him, man, can you please try to do some inking for me so I can get this Renard City project going? And hopefully he'd do it, and he'd probably make my stuff look amazing. Miss him. And that's another failure I have, because I didn't stop him, but I don't know how I could have. But I could have at least not made it so easy for him to leave. I could have at least not helped him leave. I could have at least not made it so easy for him to just turn around and never be around us again. It's haunted me since he left. And since he left, I've become more of a success than I've ever been in my life. When he left, I was jobless. I had nothing going for me at that time, except I was somewhat talented. And after he left, I was able to, you know, the next year, this is 2009, I was able to find my current job. And by that time, he cut off all communication with us. And I wonder if sometimes that guilt is harder. It's too much for me to. It's one of the things that holds me back on a lot of things, dating-wise stuff, because he ran away with a woman. I'm sorry for the air quotes, but I don't really consider her very good. We called her the succubus because how she was, I really, really, really missed him, and I felt like I let him down, and if I let someone down that bad, and I let him, you know, try to, you know, let him run away and not run away with the wrong woman, how do I deserve any kind of dating happiness? And maybe that's one of the things that holds me back, is that I blame myself. I made it easy for him to leave. I try to stop him in the gentler ways, and I think most people will say, Nick, you did him right, but the thing is, he's gone. And I helped him leave. And I knew there was more to what he was telling us, and we found out, he apparently got this woman pregnant, or he thinks he might have. There's like 3 possibilities. Her husband, some random gay guy that lived around here, and him. Those are the ones I know of. There might have been way more, but I felt in a lot of ways that she played me too. Because she was able to see that I had a lot of pain at that time too, and it could also be that seeing what happened to him made it extra hard for me to trust a woman like that, And I'm not going gay, just putting that out there. It's not happening. I will be alone for the rest of my life if I can't find a woman. Just before anyone says anything, I don't know if anyone's going to, but just in case, because I hate men more. I mean, seriously, guys are kind of, too many of them act like jerks to women and then leave them sad. So anyway, I saw how someone could really, really hurt someone. How a woman could really break a man and destroy his life. Take him where he couldn't even come back, or wouldn't come back. Say a final goodbye to his brother. I remember the day that at the funeral, and I wasn't expecting to be a pallbearer, but last minute someone couldn't make it, or couldn't do it, and part of me was kind of sad that they chose someone else, but at the same time I wasn't sure I would be able to handle it. Well, I ended up being a pallbearer. I would have dressed nicely if I knew I was going to be one. And I remember thinking, where are you, man? This is your brother, not mine. And maybe that's going to be my hard thing, because a hard thing for me to deal with is just if a woman could make you forget your family like that, get your mother to your father. And I know it really couldn't all be her. I mean, he made bad choices. But if a woman could actually do that, make someone forget who they love, people that been there for them, you really have to trust them to let them get close to you. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to anytime soon trust someone enough, or they can get close enough to make me forget people that care, be my friends who cared for me. there's one person, of course, maybe I trust her because I knew she wasn't going to try anything. Maybe. Maybe there's something more. She was easy to trust, and just about everyone could trust her. I mean, I think. It's not an easy thing to realize that you don't know. You don't know what to do next, and I guess another thing is I was afraid that he swore to my friend Robert that he would, if things were messed up, he was always threatening to mess up his love life. He couldn't threaten that to me because I'd already messed up pretty bad there anyway. But now he's, I guess part of me is also afraid if I get close to anyone, he'll try to take that away from me because I tried to stop him. I'm afraid that he'll come back and he could mess things up. He could ruin things for them. He could. I mean, he tried things that he might not have been the best guy. He made really bad choices, and he basically made a move on my friend's girlfriend. He made a move on Robert's girlfriend at the time, and made it where she had trouble trusting people that Robert knew. And, well, I'm afraid, partially, that if I do get close to someone, he may come back. And I'll be always watching to make sure he doesn't try anything with them. And the girl that I've been crazy about, something that's really, really been on my mind is that if he knew who she was and he had a chance, would he do anything to her to hurt me? Or would he just try to take her out of my life and wave it in my face, saying that I got her, you couldn't, or something like that. I've been afraid, and it's not just the girl that took my world away for a moment. Even one that I start to care about now. And that's the thing, is if I get close to someone, is he gonna find out and he's gonna try and do something to hurt me with them? I don't know. I mean, he threatened to do it to Robert so many times, and he had tried things that were just wrong. And even if he's not necessarily trying to hurt me, he might still, if I find someone wonderful, he might still try to get in on that. And I don't really know if I could bring myself to let anyone risk that. I guess I blame a lot on what's happened, but I guess, well, what am I going to do? I mean, it is what's happened. He's made choices, I've made choices, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck not being able to tell someone I'm stuck not being able to move on from this person, but honestly, I'm also stuck not being able to really pursue her either. So I've been kind of afraid. And yeah, there's a good chance she would have said no. Nick, sorry. I don't see you that way, and I don't think I will. And if she does, then that would free me in many ways. And I am afraid to be free, because then what? But I'm starting to feel like I need that to happen. I need to know it. Really, I need to hear her. But I'm still afraid to try to make it where I can hear it. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I have a lot of hard decisions coming my way, and I'm having to, leave my home, and I'm really thinking about what's important, and part of me kind of feels that I want to run away from all this, and maybe it's not really running, maybe it's just getting away and getting perspective. I don't know what it is, what I want to do, but I kind of want to just take a few months off of my life and just go somewhere away from everyone. See things that, I haven't really seen. Leave the country for a bit and see what else is there. Of course, I know right now I always will leave. No matter how long it would be, if it was like 6 months to a year, I'd come back, probably holding the present for that girl. Something I would think she'd admire, and then hope I'd get a chance to see her. And I haven't seen her in like a month or two. Last time I saw her, I was in a car and she was walking. And again, she was around me, but I couldn't go see her. I couldn't see her. So it was like a month ago, and I guess in some ways it's hard to know that she was still around, and she just wasn't there. She wasn't coming to the place that I would always see her. And I can't blame her. I understand what I did to her. I guess maybe I'm being too hard on myself, maybe not. I made her feel uncomfortable. I made her scared to come back to something that she used to love. And that weighs heavy on me. Because it's like I took away something she loved. And how can I be the one how can I have done that to her? I know I didn't mean it. But does it really matter to her? I still took away something from her in that way. She's still afraid to go and pursue something. And it's because of me. I'm sure of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she'll see this video and go, "You're a complete idiot." And I'll go, "Fair enough." But I really think I made a bad choice. And I really think I hurt someone that I always said I was crazy about it. It's not a good feeling when you hurt someone you love. And I said it, yeah, I know it's stupid. It's stupid of me to say it, but, I'll figure it out. I have to. I'm too stubborn not to. Something I get from my dad. You know, he's too stubborn, like cancer beat him. I can be too stubborn to stay lonely. I just need to figure out what I need to change. What concepts I need to abandon to get where I need to be. But if I have chances, though, I have friends that are amazing people who have helped me in ways I can't believe that I found this many good friends. Even someone who I jokingly said hate my guts. I know that this person has been. Actually, I know 2 occasions where she, not someone I'm interested in, someone who. Well, honestly, she hurt my ears quite a bit, but now everyone who knows me knows who I'm talking about, or everyone who knows me and her knows who I'm talking about. But when push came to shove, she showed herself to be one of the best friends. And it's a comfort that the girl I'm crazy about is good friends with her, because that means she has someone pretty strong that's watching out for her too. And, you know, it's nice to know that people, you know, these people, you know, that she has people that care about her, and they will be friends to her, because I don't want to see her lose any more, especially if I'm the one causing it. And I guess this is just me putting out my guilt and my sorrows. Start off talking about Xbox. Oh, that's funny. But I have hope. I just need to figure out what I'm not doing right, what I'm not thinking right about. To figure out what I need to change about myself to be a better person to everyone around me, and hope that I can get the forgiveness I seek. But if I'm not trying to get forgiven, if I'm not trying to make myself better, then what am I doing? I don't want to keep hurting people, and I try like crazy not to. I did smart art for my stupid mouth because I wanted to try to stop, and then when I did slip up, I wanted to have a way to say, I'm sorry, and I'm trying. And if anyone else wants to do smart art for my stupid mouth, please let me know. That's an awesome thing to do, and it makes people's lives, you know, you at least are trying. The entire idea behind smart art for your stupid mouth is when you say something stupid, when you put your foot in your mouth, you say something that hurts somebody, when you do something that has wronged them in a way that you didn't mean to, or maybe you did and you regret it, it gives you a chance to say, please, let me try to make it up to you. What can I draw for you? And it's something that I really need. I became a better person doing it, and I hope if other people want to do it, please do. It's not an easy thing. You can get really good at drawing, you're getting really good at avoiding saying stupid stuff, or a combination thereof, which is more likely. So, I think I just poured out my soul to probably millions of strangers, but I've been careful not to say anything that might lead back and hurt people. If I have, I'm gonna be, oh, damn it, Bart. And I hope that at some point I'll figure this out. And I hope that that people that have been in my life continue to be thankful that I was in their life. But I guess that's it. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I'll probably find out in a bit. Oh, an hour. So, good. Here's hoping that if I ever do another one of these again, I might not. I think I need to post this one though, just so I put it out there. I hope that I'll have some better things to say. Things that are more happy. And if you want to pray for us, pray for our homeless, cancer-ridden family here. Please do, and I'm thankful for everything. And I'm thankful for knowing the people I know, no matter how briefly it was. Alright, I think that's enough of this. Me belly aching or whatever this is. So, peace, love, and peanut butter.